Right, hello everybody, this is ProductShard, and today I'm here looking at another indie game. Today we have a story about my uncle, which is a game from Coffee Stain Studios, who brought you Sanctum, Sanctum 2, and Goat Simulator. This is like their more serious game that they made after... I think they were making it at the same time as Goat Simulator, but that kind of took off, so they finished that first. But this is a much more serious game with more story-driven and actually good mechanics and stuff. And I'm just going to show you some of it. I won't go through the story part because if you want to play it yourself, there's... I'll talk about it a bit, but there's not much story, so I don't want to ruin any of it if possible. But we can go level select and I'll just show you what the game is all about. And it's a first-person kind of platformer. I don't know if I should have started here, because this is going to be right at the beginning.
But thanks to the suit, I wasn't hurt.
So we have this suit, which we're going to have equipped throughout the game, which allows us to do this kind of parkour-y first-person platforming, which lets us jump a lot higher and also has this kind of glove that we can see, which will come into it a lot more. But if we hold down right-click, it will glow, and then we can jump a lot higher. Or if we sprint and then let go, we'll jump a lot further, like that. And obviously I wasn't meant to do that, so we're just going to do that again. I haven't played this beginning bit for a while, but I completed the game last week and thought I would show it off to you guys, because it is quite fun. It's just a little bit lackluster in the end, so I'll talk about that later. But we'll make our way up here.
Sure that someone had been here before me. Someone had built these bridges and carved these symbols, but who?
So to start, it's pretty damn simple, but then we hold it and we sprint and we let go and we can jump even further. I'm going through level select because there are areas which are just like a town and stuff. So I'll skip to a much further bit once we get through here and you've got an idea of what the game is. But we have two different paths that we can go down. Let's go down the left one because it doesn't seem like it goes anywhere, so you can just see what's here, if there's anything, any secrets or something.
How did you know Fred had been there?
Well, I found a small campsite where Fred must have slept before going further into the caves. I knew it was him because the place was littered with empty packages of his favorite hiking foods. Canned soups, tube food, and instant noodles.
Tube food? That sounds gross.
Oh well, it's not that bad. One winter, Uncle Fred and I went hiking into the mountains, and we were surprised by a blizzard. We were stuck in a small cabin for 2 days, and all we ate was tube food, and cold canned goulash as well. Your grandmother was worried sick, but I thought it was all very exciting.
So that guy that you can hear and the girl is... the premise of the story is this person that we're playing as is in the future talking to their child and telling them a bednight story. No? Bedtime story, that's the one. And she kind of couldn't sleep and asked him to tell a story about an adventure, and he's decided to tell this one about something that happened during his life.
The power
you think?
Activated the suit's grappling device when I picked it up. It must have been left here by my uncle.
And this is the main mechanic of the game after jumping, is these grappling hooks, which you can use to traverse the area. So now we can jump and pull ourselves up with a grappling hook. And as we go through, you can see one of the three things is lit up at the moment. We'll get more cores, and for every core you get, you can use another grapple while you're in the air, and it gradually becomes more and more difficult.
Certain that this place was where Fred had gone.
Fred is this dude's uncle, by the way, if you didn't realise that a story about my uncle was talking about his uncle. So, see? If we had two there, we could like pull ourselves. But using these grappling hooks, we can gain a lot of momentum and get over gaps that originally we wouldn't be able to do. But obviously, if you just pull yourself straight into the rock, then you're just going to hit it and fall down. So you kind of have to let go beforehand to take the momentum off, so we'll wait for this moving platform to get in the right place. So if we let go then, we then skim under the rock, and we can move ourselves around. And then pull ourselves along. I don't know if we find another grappling hook before we get out of this place, but... see this. The thing lights up when you can grapple. So obviously I can't reach this rock at the moment, but if I jump up, then I can pull myself. And fall back down. Up. And then the power leap. And pull yourself along. And it's just about combining all these things in the right order and in the right situations, so that you know, well, so that you're able to traverse the environment. And the environments themselves look really nice, most of them. Well, at the moment we're in caves and quite green. There are different environments that you get into, and I'll show you one of the more spectacular ones in a little bit. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, the mechanics themselves, like the grappling, the jumping, everything is so smooth. It is done really, really, really well. And if you're looking for a first-person like platformer like this, rather than just the 2D ones, which are really, really complicated and all about like really, really precision jumps, this has the same sort of feel, but it's a little bit more forgiving, but much more kind of epic because of the huge environments and the 3D and everything about it, and just like soaring through the air and stuff. But hopefully you'll see a little bit later that it all kind of comes together really, really nicely, and it's just, it works perfectly. If you never like, wow, you never misclick. If you click on something, it will act the way you think it will act. It never just happens to go wrong or something. It just works perfectly. So we're going to leap down here, pull our way in. These things are save points, by the way, just in case it didn't tell you. I can't remember. I didn't notice. So we're going to use this rock and the momentum of that to pull ourselves up, and then let go, and we kind of fly our way to the right, up in here. I don't know how long this area is actually. I might stop sooner rather than later so I don't ruin a lot of it. So now we found the second power core. We can now use 2 cables while in the air. So I'll just show off this a little bit more. I don't know why it's going foggy. That's not like the video going weird, that is just because we're moving into some fog or something. So now we can grab this for 1, let go. Obviously we can't reach there yet, so we then grapple the second, and hopefully we make it to here, if you do it right. Lots of these symbols are never really explained, they're just the kind of language of the people that live here. The story does tell you about the environment and like why you are here and why the people that live here are here and stuff. I just don't want to go through that because that would ruin it if you then bought the game. But now, look, you can just see the spikes. And if you miss, then you die. And I really, really like it. How kind of epic they've made it for such a simple mechanics. Such, like, the game, when you think about how it works, is really, really simple. But it is just really, really well done. And just smooth, and now we're out the fog, so you can start seeing everything. Environments are done really well. Lots of detail. Look at the scary things hidden away. So the first time you do this, it will be a little bit more tricky. Maybe not this first area, but later on it gets so confusing. Okay, I think this is the last bit for this area. Yeah, it is. So we're going to get flung that way, pull ourselves in, And now we reach a town of sorts. And you don't really know why.
These blue lights. Did Fred put them here? Or was somebody else here as well?
Okay, so we're going to go back to the main menu. And you go through a town and talk to, well, find some things and carry on. And we're going to go to Star Haven, which is a much, much more open environment.
Oh, another one. This one says, "Welcome home." Whoa!
As you can see.
This is it! This is where the Strays built their village.
Ignore what
And
she's
what a
saying.
beautiful place they chose.
It won't make any sense
Just
at
look
the
at the
moment.
sky. It is so big.
It was a relief to finally feel the sun on my face and a gentle breeze in my hair. After all these caves, just breathing fresh air again was enough to clear my mind of any doubts I might have had about this strange journey so far.
So hopefully you like what it looks like. It's pretty damn cool. All the floating rocks and stuff. They've got all the zeppelins. It's just very nice and kind of calming. We'll make our way along. We now have 3 grapples, by the way, by this point in the game. So that's why I have suddenly acquired a 3rd. But as you can see, you don't always need all of them. Sometimes it's not meant to be a puzzle, it's just meant to be traversing the environment and being able to look at it all. Because it does look rather beautiful.
Along my journey I had seen many pieces of floating rock, but here they were much bigger. Some were big enough to fit whole villages. How was this possible? Maybe it had to do with the crystals that seemed to be everywhere.
Okay, so I missed that grapple by a little bit, because I think I was meant to jump forwards, yeah. So now we get to the bit where it's more puzzly. Nearly messed that one up. And get through here.
If the legends were true, the Stray civilization was younger than the village. Yet, they were making great progress. They invented crystal-powered machines, produced their own fabrics, and built houses out of bricks and stone. It was like a civilization was forming before my eyes.
Haha, made it. So in this place, obviously the environment is much, much larger, and we've got these big machines and moving parts rather than just stationary. Well, the rocks were moving, weren't they? Rather than just rocks and stuff, it's just... I have no idea what that would actually be doing, like... if that was really there, why it would be there, but I'm sure there's a reason that somebody can make up. But you can have a look at them. Big turbine-y things. That's much warmer. Up. I don't really know where I'm meant to be going at this point. And swing. I'm not going to play through all of this area because if you do get
Hey,
this is
let's
one of the
play a
most,
game.
well, one of the
I
nicest
bet,
places
but
to
you
go through.
can't get through this part without using the grapple device.
So we can sit and have a nice picnic. That person on my back is like a I won't really explain, but there's somebody
Told
on
you
my
you
back now.
couldn't do it.
Oh, whoops, I was meant to not use it. You can try and use it, not use a grapple device if you want. But that's for the pros, which I'm afraid I'm not. Oh, whoops. Let's reset. Let's do it safely. jump all the way. Oh, maybe not. There's a rock. Okay, we'll get through this bit, and then we'll probably stop. Another level is in this big friggin' mountain, by the way. It's pretty cool. Just gonna leap over. Oh! Okay, we got a little checkpoint. Ah! Let's head down. Okay, we'll just skip the first one. Nobody wanted to go on that one anyway. Ah! I've hit it. Oh! Okay. I meant to do that. Completely. Up! Yay!
Oh, what's that? The boots. Look! Couldn't you wear those? Upgrade your suit.
And
They look
I
pretty
think I'll leave it
powerful,
here.
right?
But you can probably guess what rocket boots manage to allow you to do. But I don't want to ruin that for the people that do get it. So we're just going to go have a look around. See what there is in the environment. So there are obviously a lot more crystals now. But our suit has reached its maximum potential. So no point adding them on. Nice buildings up here. Climb it. Okay, maybe you can't climb. Up. Yay! Nice little place to sit. All seems very civilized in this village. But I think I will leave it there. This has been a bit of an overview of a story about my uncle and more the mechanics side of it. You may have gained a little idea of the story that you're searching for your uncle, but that really would never put this kind of place into your mind, somewhere looking like this. And it really is kind of spectacular, the way they've managed to build this environment. And just for that, it's something that, if you can get it at a reasonable price, it's probably worth picking up, because it is rather nice. It reminds me of the Sanctum side of Coffee Stain, where they had story and stuff, not Goat Simulator. As you can tell, I don't really like that game. But thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed, or if you like the idea or the look of the game, and give me any suggestions for other games that you might want me to look at, or games coming up that I could have a look at and show you. And I hope you enjoyed. So thank you for watching, and see you another day.